Hello everyone, welcome back to Ash of Gods Redemption. Thank you for joining me today. We have arrived in Frigga and it's not looking too good. There was a battle going on. It looks like it's on the verge of being defeated. So we've got a few people we can go and speak to. I say we should look for the prince by the gate. If he's still here, he'll be commanding the remaining troops here. So we're trying to find Hedelig. That's how you pronounce that one. You leave the horses at the hitching post and blend in among the guards. The garrison is prepared for a retreat. You stumble upon the prince in the crowd. You met him before. He's surprised to see you and calls you over. Well, I'll be. The scribe from Masana. Here, what do you seek, Hopper? Are you lost or something? I mean, there is a war going on. Any day now, gals will enter the fortress, and I'm not going to stick around to welcome them. What do you need? I'm looking for Thorn Brennan. He offended the drowning king and vanished without apologising. He needs to be taught a lesson in respect. I'm afraid it's easy to offend the drowning king without even stepping foot in his kingdom. Thorn Brennan was in Frigga, and then he left for the White Tower. He's looking for his son. I don't think he's sorry about stepping on the king's toes. Will Thorn return here? I doubt Brennan is going to return to Frigga. His way leads to Payson now. Try to intercept him near the waterman here. He'll certainly stop there. Excuse me, Your Highness. Did you not catch? Not catch a glimpse of Thornbrennan's daughter, a girl of around 16? Prince Streak has no interest, but I'd still like to see her. She accomplished something remarkable back in Arbius. Perhaps she was there, but I'm not certain. It's not like I inspected his squad. They helped me with the girls. That's it. Also, Treeg is no longer a prince. He's already been crowned. I shall leave Frigga now if I ever want to wear a crown myself. Will the fort be completely abandoned? Go see Lon if you want to know more. He's commander of the guard now. He'll be leading a small squad as cover. You've not much time though. They're also leaving Frigga soon. Farewell. Prince Hedelig mounts his horse and orders his men to head east. His squad soon vanishes from sight, leaving you in the abandoned fort. Your companions look to you with hope. This may be the last peaceful day, the calm before the storm, unless the storm has already begun. Rask furrows his brow. So what? Do you call that a siege? We're still in one piece. Now to find this Lon of yours, get the latest news and be on our way. And let me tell you something. I've heard of the White Tower, not a place a man should just wander into. I've heard of this White Tower, you say? No sane person would linger there. It makes sense to head straight to Apacium, but I've got some unfinished business here. I should seek out Lon. I know that Lon fellow, Ake mumbles. Not a bad soldier, but always whining about something. They say that when Lon visits the market, his face turns the milk sour. You laugh. Don't worry, Ake. We've nothing to fear. We're not milkmen, are we? We'll just have a small chat with him and be on our way. Okay, we can go speak to Lon. We need to speak to Rask as well, and then he goes to the giant warrior is visibly angry. If someone's provoked his ire, that person's days are numbered. Let's just see what Ake wants first of all. Used to stay here, a grand fortress this one, not as beautiful as Highwalk or as formidable as Apacium, but it was so ancient and lively. Now it's empty. Asana soldiers didn't even close the gate on their way out. I hope they didn't just run for the hills. The soldiers of Asana were the first Burkhans to prepare for battle. As far as I know, Frigga doesn't have a sizable garrison, though Prince Hedelig personally assumed command to protect the fortress from the constant bandit incursions. Odla even sent him a squad of swordsmen in aid. Now let's not be licking Odla's boots just because they've sent some swordsmen our way, alright? Didn't Joanna send soldiers to patrol the Vandal Forest as well? The only one to blame here is Grona. They're part of Burkana too, yet they're completely unwilling to help. They're only good at scavenging the roads. It was Gabona that built Frigga, Hyborg, Apacium. They were the first to stand up to Frisia. Even now, despite the numerous threats delivered by Frisia messengers and the resulting infighting, they're not given up nor betrayed their own. Remember that, Ake. I don't quite get you, Hopper. You're saying I should be grateful to Gabona or something? Thank that bloated kingdom that brings nothing but misfortune. Name a single reason why, just one. That's easy, Ake. Besides, there are many reasons, but I'll name the main three. Frigga, Hyborg and Apacium. the 3 great Gabonan fortresses, which were peacefully transferred to the 5 kingdoms by Gabbana to aid in protecting all of Akana. Now I need some answers. Why did Gabbana not become the 6th kingdom in the alliance? Because every Gabbana's a devious bastard. Well, their women are beautiful and their children are nice, but all the others are bastards. I guess I did meet a decent governor once, but that was ages ago. They're not different from other Birkans in any way. Allied with Gabbana, Birkana would be much stronger than Frisia. You'll be surprised to know who opposed this alliance. The Temple of the Divine Retribution, that's who. Corazon included. It's incredibly strange. How were Frisian troops prepared for the war? Who knows? I wasn't spying on them. They've got good fortune tellers or something. They foresaw the reaping. Frisians got their act together, assembled the troops and stationed them near the border. Then the reaping strikes. They were already at arm's length. It wasn't that they anticipated the reaping. They were the ones to call it forth, like Vandal shamans praying for rainfall. True, those shamans met with less success, but they don't steal their sorcery with blood. Seal, rather. The same can't be said of our temples. Neither Perta nor Raidona defended the west of Akana. Why? That one's obvious. The Palians wait for an opportunity to bite at our flanks, or from the coast. Ships from Perta and Raidona sail our waters. Don't forget that Frisia has a fleet of its own, and every kingdom's capital is near the sea. Palians have not attacked in years. Frisia have never even tried to take Bakana's forts by sea. Still, there are advisors whispering into our rulers' ears day and night, warning them of potential threats. That's why half our troops stay home. No time for questions. There are urgent matters to attend to. Okay, I want to speak to Rask. So when we entered here, there was both of these guys. These are both kind of ancient, powerful people. They felt something weird. Why are you making that face? Yes, my senses have sharpened. You're not the only one to get to the heart of matters, you know. These are terrible times if our Umbra brethren lose their bodies in such a foul place. Who are you talking about exactly? I felt it too, barely though. Either the place or the weapon has been sealed with a spell, making it hard to tell where and when it all happened. Can you at least tell me who died? That's what I should be asking you. Did this blackness of yours rob you of your intuition? It was my old friend, Quabaf, who lost his body. Recently he's been going by the name Druket. Not to worry though, he seemed worse. What would he be doing here? Is this not obvious? Frigga should be governed by the Prince of Asana, while Karbaf has always been a frequent guest at his court, so nothing surprising about good old Druket appearing in Frigga. The only thing that surprises me is that he actually died. Umbra not easily killed. Haven't seen Karbaf for ages. He was called Drua back then. He disappeared somewhere on the northern Palian Islands. Many theories behind it. Where's he headed now? I don't know. He always was quite fickle. One thing I know for sure, Quabeth possesses only the bodies of certain lowlifes, though would not settle for a peasant. The times dictate that he'll have to make do with the body he gets. Never could understand him, always hiding something, and all those children. But I've no time to save some nobleman from death's embrace. What's your take on all this? What do you think? Don't you see what I've been reduced to? For years now, every little sound startles me. I've been bound to this body ever since the Ashen Wasteland appeared. If it goes, I go with it. Perhaps my death will be even more final than human death. First you bring it up, then you say it's not your secret to tell. See my hand? That's my secret. I wish I knew the solution to it, and now I'm bound to this body too. I won't just be flying away looking for a new shell like Quabeth does. So yes, he's been gradually being cursed. His hand has gone black and it's sort of slowly creeping up his arm. I think it all leads back to us somehow. That's right. Quabeth loves life so much, he just wouldn't die that easily. His hand was forced. Whatever, I'll meet him later. Though he likes to pull pranks on me whenever he switches bodies. Takes a sweet time before reintroducing himself. Let's hope he doesn't possess the body of a shaman or Frisian, although what difference would it make? To be honest, I've no time for Quabeth right now. There's a well of mysteries to solve, so I must avoid any distractions. Let's talk some other time. Okay. Right, Lon. Who are you people? I don't remember calling you here. Damadake, why are you dawdling about? We're the only ones here. We'll soon be leaving. The bandits have suspended the siege for now, but they could always return. What is it you want? Hopper's the one leading our squad. He's a healer and a scribe and, well, many things. He's the one you should talk to. I must say, I'm glad to see you in good health, though you seem as sour as usual.
Oh.
There's hardly sunshine and rainbows in these parts. First the siege, then the reaping. Got struck by an arrow recently too. Thankfully this hag came and fixed up my sword arm. She was really strange, let me tell you. A strange hag, you say? Have you noticed any other oddities since she healed your wound? Oh, have I? On my arm, for one thing. It's itching like mad. You're a healer, can you take a look? You nod and examine Lon's hand. Under the already familiar spellwork you find a short sentence. It complements the previous one, like a sword and sheath. You will save yourself by saving others. Gods, now that's a relief. It's gone. Was it magic? Did the hag curse me? Well, let's find that hag and have a little chat with her. Good luck to you. She vanished without a trace. I just want to know how you made the curse go away. Hopper's not some cheap magician, if that's what you're thinking. He's got a temple license and Prince Streak's full support. Hopper aided you, so you should be grateful. It's not your place to ask how he did it. You're right, Ake. I'm shaken by the siege is all, but I can still appreciate another's kindness. I bow to you, healer. Thank you for aiding me. Alas, I've no other reward to offer. As a scribe, I value information above all else. Your answers will add to my knowledge, which is reward enough. What old woman are you talking about? That's what he really wants to know. Don't know. First I thought she's one of the locals. They helped a great deal during the assault. She dealt with those wounds wonderfully. However, she whispered some strange things while she bandaged me, an invocation it seems. Then she up and vanishes. Kept the witch from entering the fort, though. What witch are you talking about? Do you just enjoy repeating any heresy you hear in Dominion, or something? Next you'll tell me that you've seen the Lady of the Forest. Don't know. Thin, crutch in her hand, she stood on a hill, and it was like everybody around went deaf. A hag stood near the gate, inside the fort, crossed her arms and kind of bent forward as if walking into the wind. Then she vanished. I don't even know what to think. Aye, food for thought, to be certain. The Lady of the Forest is the last thing we need. Why is there no siege? Ask the one issuing orders from the other side. This fort may be standing on the cliff and difficult to assault, but it's hanging by a thread. Plenty of attackers bearing down on it too. Excuse me. I think their leader just doesn't give a crap. All these bold defenders would find themselves impaled on bandit pikes otherwise. Wait, I think I'm missing something. What leader are you talking about? Has some great warlord managed to unite the local Gaels and Vandals under his banner? There's a leader, to be sure. I've seen his silhouette at night in the torchlight. A giant in chains, carrying a glaive. The moment he appeared near the fires, the siege halted. Uttered nary a word, yet all the fighters withdrew in unison, then moved east. That's why we're leaving, too. Lest we're cut off from Bakana. Dorpgal. There's never been anything like this. It seems as though they designed nothing less than to completely crush Bakana. There's still the big question. Alright, ask me. So that I don't wish to help you is that I'm running out of time. You too need to get out while you still can. Heard anything about Max? Max Brennan, I mean. Concerned for his fate, one of the reasons we came here in the first place. His father was in Frigga a couple of days ago, headed for the White Tower. Druket was also concerned with Max's fate. Being his mentor and all, if Azan's best soldier can't save Max, no one can. Anyway, he's being accompanied to Opacum. Off to see his granddad. If he still lives, of course. Well, thank you, Lon. We'll be on our way if you've nothing more to say. The onslaught may still resume. It seems we'll have to take one of the roads to Opacum. Wait, go where everyone else goes, but first be healed where the water washes away the indestructible sorcery, and listen to those that have an affinity with animals. That's what the old witch said. Haven't forgotten a word of that hogwash. I don't know what any of that means, Lon, but it's certainly not hogwash. Safe travel to all of us. Farewell. Okay, well I guess it's time to leave. You've done all you have to do in Frigga. You need to leave the fortress before the enemy returns. Okay, so I guess we want to go to the White Tower, maybe. So it says that there's no coincidence that all the roads and paths lead to the Watermen here, so likeliest place for the chance meeting. So where is the Watermen here? Let's paste them. Where is it? Can we see it? Oh, there it is. The Watermen here is here. Okay, so what options do we have? We go the old Governor Road to the Three Springs. That seems to be a bit of a roundabout way of going around. Take the Robbers Track to the Woodland Bastion up this way. Isn't that the way we came? Did we just come from that way? I don't know. The Gillian Road or the Border Road? Well, the Border Road seems to be the most direct, and I'm concerned about the amount of time we're taking. Curse is up to 86%. I'm not sure what happens if it reaches 100, but it can't be good. So let's go down the Border Road to the Bear Inn. This road demarcates Bakhan's official border. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh no. So yeah, the reaping is growing stronger. We get the same bit of text every time. I've given in every single time, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to give in to the curse. The curse is spreading, stats are lowered, but we do gain skill points. And we're now up to 94%. I think we've only got one more of those in us. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, Grumbles, spotting an inn surrounded by a palisade. Maybe we should ditch that inn, huh? Get some shut-eye in the forest? Wouldn't be a first. I heard the inn's owner is a crazy Gevenon. That's all, and that he's all buddy-buddy with the witches, and talks to bears. Rask interrupts the giant. Bollocks, all of it. Radstitch isn't crazy, never saw a witch in his life, and his bear is tame. It's like an old family tradition of his. They love animals. He started all the rumours so that bandits would keep clear of the inn. The inn's owner meets you beside the gate. He's got a gloomy countenance, but he tries his best to be hospitable. After some talk, you learn the reason behind his sour mood. His bear is ill, and the usual potions aren't helping at all. Now, they just said to be like save people or be kind, or people who are kind to animals and stuff. So we definitely need to help him. You remember the clue about following those who consort with beasts. Quite obviously, it's Baztich, but how can you help? You're no expert on healing animals. They're not much different from humans. At least the potions the horse doctor used are quite similar. Try looking for herbs, offer a potion. Well, yes, offer a potion. You open the saddlebag, removing a potion you've saved for a rainy day. You talk to Baztich into giving it to the bear. Strange as it may seem, the potion actually works, and the bear definitely feels better. His spirit's lifted, the inn owner offers you a free stay and drinks on a house. Oh god, do we want to drink? I'm concerned about if we drink that might take more time. Then again, might raise morale possibly. Let's do it. You don't remember the last time you got drunk? Seems like it never happened. Still, you drink so much booze during your stay at the inn, the next day you find yourself in the middle of a forest, an empty jar in your hand. You find yourself surrounded by Enzes and throw the jar aside. You're sneaking up on me in every single forest or something? Or are you being driven by the same old hag that sent me on my way? Okay, well, we got ourselves into a fight. We've got 3 skill points though. To be honest with you, we're going to destroy them, I think. If you remember last episode, Hopper is a one-man army. He's just going to destroy everything. Okay, so we have our fire blade. We can reduce the cost of it. That's a very good skill. We could also increase the damage done by the quick strike. We also have extra damage done to the devouring blow. We also have extra damage on circular hit. It's quite a good one. I think I might just go for this one. Reduce the energy cost. I could reduce it right down, but to be honest with you, maybe I'll just spread it around a little bit. do extra damage on the quick strike. It's quite good. And we also could do also extra damage. Let's do devouring blow. Extra damage on that as well. Okay, he is very powerful. Obviously, every time we give into the curse, his stats are lowered. We're being a bit kind of surrounded here. Let's go for... We'll go up this way. Okay, we're going to start off with dealing 8 damage to everybody. Hold on. Oh, first, yeah, we've got to remember to do this one first. The Mental Blast reduces energy by 10 to a random enemy unit. So just... yeah, it takes down 10. It doesn't end the turn, so now we can do the damage to everybody. Well, that is interesting. I can do this one every turn, you see. Let's got him again. Let's start doing damage to his health, yeah. Okay, well let's move up to... How much damage do we do? 18 damage. 12 damage. Well, if I actually... Okay, I'm going to move up to him. This one here does have a 2-turn cooldown, but it's not going to be used to anyone else, and I might as well do this to take him out. Because unless I get surrounded, it's not going to be of any help at all. We'll continue with the Mental Blast. And to be honest with you, I've got 2 more. See, if I could reduce the cooldown, that would be the good thing on that one. 23 damage. I could just kill another one, or maybe I... How much energy is that going to use? That does increase my health. Oh, why don't I do it? Deals 23 damage. Well, this does 14. You know, I don't even need to use that one. I can kill him with this one. Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, they got rid of the health there, but it's really no big deal. Just take away that energy. And to be honest with you, I'm just going to stay here. Because now I can do 12 damage to everybody. Well, first of all, let's get rid of the health. Sorry, the energy. What have we got then? He's almost out. 14, 17, and 17. Now this does 12 to everybody. All I can do is just stand here, wait for them to come to me, and just keep chipping away at their health as they do it. We can do this again. Kind of annoying, they keep centering the camera on him, but I want to see everybody. He's almost dead. Everybody's almost dead. I'm just going to wait for them to get closer. Oh, okay, interesting move. Okay, there's another one down. Just going to wait for him. I'd say maybe the combat's a little bit unbalanced. This guy's just so strong. So strong. It's like easy mode. One more turn and he's going to die because he's got no health. And there we go. It's going to kill him. Easy. Okay, another skill point. After the battle, you find your way back to the inn and drive your companions back into their saddles. Bastich got so hammered yesterday that he doesn't even come out to say goodbye. You look for the owner to offer some help, but find him sleeping on the floor, arms around a chair. As you walk out of the house, you catch Bastich talking asleep. Must not forget to tell him. Read what's etched into the stone by the water, especially if they make you an offer. Okay, try and remember that. Come across any water. We are going to the water men here, so Witch's Fell. Oh, why can't we go this way? That road's been blocked. We have to go down Witch's Fell. Got no choice in the matter. Winding path through the woods, overgrown with poisonous herbs that choke weeds and saplings. Doesn't sound good. It's a bit of a detour. An odd weariness washes over you, as if it's been accumulating to the point of overflowing. You pull the glove from your blackened hand and look at it closely. You wouldn't be surprised if it crumbled to ash or began smouldering right now. Ake shrugs. Listen, Hopper, I'm a bit tired. If we don't take a break within the hour, I'm afraid I'll fall off my horse. You call out to Rask. He yawns and rubs his eyes, but he doesn't look like he is about to fall off his horse. Is it sorcery, Charlotte? You ask. Fresh sap from some kind of sleeping grass? Ever since my hands are blackened, I've had trouble sensing the spells of others. Rask takes a sip from his flask and giggles. I've never been good at it, but why can't we set up camp and weave protective enchantments around it? We can catch up on sleep, something I've dreamt about. Can we stop in this clearing? Oh, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Take a short rest in this clearing, we'll ride a bit further, but I think we're going to have to take a rest. I mean, Rask and Hopper are both very powerful, kind of, not quite mages, but these Umbra, these kind of almost magical beings. They're not really human. We've got two of them that we must be protective, and he's very good with his kind of magic, so yeah, let's take a rest. You nod in agreement. You're right, Sherlin, I'm tired too. Let's stop here. Sorcery may drive Gells, Vandals and other local tribes to attack Frigga, but it won't affect us one bit. That's one thing I'm sure of. Rask drinks from his flask again. With you by my side, I don't have to worry about sorcery. Sometimes I ask myself, where's my old pal Blance? I'm dying for a nice long sleep. Ake suddenly shakes his head. Answer me this, Hopper. Why do you call Rask Charlin, and why does he call you Blance? Are they code names or something? As for me, I've always been Ake, nothing more, nothing less, and I'll be Ake until I die. Rask laughs so hard he almost falls off his saddle. My dear Ake, names are like clothes. Eventually you get tired of them and you want something new. Would you mind if I take your name when you die? I quite like it. Ake has a nice ring to it. Ake's face breaks into a crooked smile. That's too bad. What if I outlive you? Should I call myself Charlin then? Or Rask? I'm afraid my commander won't understand. You just manage to take a look around. As you feed your trustworthy steed, spring leaves rustle overhead. Grasses crunch softly underfoot. Will you finally be able to rest? And where did the dream come from? Why have you started call Rask by his real name? What's gnawing at you? Something dodgy's going on. The silence is unnerving. You know that you're asleep. You can't move no matter how hard you try. It feels as if your entire body has sprouted roots, tying you to the ground. You feel a sudden chill and open your eyes. Oh, listen to that music. Your companions are also immobilized. They look like melting wax effigies. Only Rask's beard sticks up stubbornly, and his gentle snoring wafts through the green vault of the forest. On a sunken log, you see a familiar figure. Who's this? Nakoma. Come sit, but don't you dare run. You're not like your friend Amma, no doubt, but you're a fast son of a bitch nonetheless. I'm tired of sorting this mess out. I've lost my physical body twice in the last month. It took an entire month to restore my former appearance. You already know that, don't you? How did you manage to bind me with your spells? I've never had power over me before, but wait. Magic of the grass, how can it be? How long have we been sleeping here? More than a day? You guessed right. Adna helped me. She imparted some of her abilities to me for a while. In any case, that's not the reason I'm here. I want to offer you a deal with terms you'll find favourable. Do you want to learn the secret of this reaping? Do you want to know how mortals resisted the Reaper? Well, I'm not going to serve him. I will never serve you, Atracha. I don't believe a single word you say. What's the point in even asking you? How can you make pacts with someone you don't trust? What are you plotting? Do you plan to destroy this world, just like the last one? You're putting the cart before the horse. Fulfill your part of the bargain first, and you'll have your full explanation. In case you're thinking of blacking out, know that you won't be able to. Just like your unfortunate friend here, you're too firmly affixed to your physical body. Oh no! Sprout pierces your hands, painting it with blood. Nakoma gets to his feet and changes his appearance, then sends a root hurtling at Rask. It turns into a wooden dagger mid-flight and pierces your friend's chest. He writhes in fatal agony. Okay, maybe we made a big mistake taking a rest here. You always have to meddle or reproduce uncontrollably, like a friend Quarbaf. He's also a wanderer who will meet the same end. You'll see, he'll go all the way to Apacem attempting to save the progeny. He's Hiddelig's best warrior now, poor sod. The death of an Umbra, even someone like Sherlan, is exhilarating. Before you die, listen to me. I'm not asking you to betray anyone. They have already betrayed Sherlan. I'm not even asking you to kill wretched mortals. All you need to do is be a witness, watch and record. Adna's root, still sleek with Rask's blood, is in the Reaper's hands again. You try to dodge it, but presses to your chest, almost piercing it. You scream in pain. What do you want from me, Atraka? Not much. Go to Apacem and do what you intend to do. Look around, commit what you see to memory, and write it down. That's all. The gods will reward you, and not just them. I'll personally ensure that you meet your heart's desire in Apacem. I agree, but wait. Who am I supposed to meet in Apacem? What heart's desire are you talking about? Atrak does not reply, as the silhouette dissolves into thin air, as the slough grass swallows up Sherlan's hollow carcass, and as Ake comes to his senses, you wonder whether you become a slave again, or not yet. Why didn't you feel your friend's death? Could Atrak have taken Rask's spirit? Why would he? And why was Quarbaf's name mentioned? You'll ponder all this later. You have to carry on with your journey now. You have to think of a way to explain Rask's disappearance. Oh man, that's bad news. Okay, let's continue. Oh, we've lost Rask. Yeah, I wonder whether we'd have carried on. Oh no! Oh god. What's going to happen now is I'm giving in. Every time I'm giving in, I've made that decision that I'm always going to give in to the curse. Stats are lowered. Skill point gains. It was 100%. Oh, now what? On the outskirts of a roadside village, you spot a menhir-like stone pillar. Many of these obelisks were erected in ancient times by villagers hoping to attract the gods' grace to their settlements. At the time, the sick had already begun their pilgrimages to the menhirs for healing, and the Temple of the Divine Retribution wasn't nearly as powerful as it is today. In remembrance, you press 3 fingers to your brow, then your lips, then your heart. Ake says that you're wide-eyed. What sort of pointing are you doing? 3 corners? Zigzag? Is this a sign of Truin? I've seen that gesture somewhere, but I can't remember it for the life of me. Maybe a vandal worshipping his idol? Or a guard at a menhir? What does it mean? Temple servants usually just bury their heads in their hands and face the nearest wall. Let's try to explain. You smile. No, the triune doesn't have a special sign. Some call it 3 corners or a zigzag. Some don't have a name for it. You simply press 3 fingers, symbolising a triple menhir, first to the forehead, then to the lips, then to the heart. It means I remember, I praise, I love, or I think, I preserve, I keep, whichever you prefer. Ake shakes his head in frustration. Don't muddy the waters. Who do you remember, praise and love? What do you think about, preserve and keep? What in blazes does it all mean? You sigh. You sound like a temple overseer, Ake, looking for heresy everywhere. Once upon a time, this was simply a greeting used by one of the heralds who descended into this world during the Divine Retribution. His name was Miketh. He and other heralds went from village to village giving hope to the survivors. He also said that any stone can be as a menhir if you seek grace within. It takes some time to sink in. I see, says Ake. But what use is this grace? A pillar is a pillar. Menhir's a menhir. It's all worth considering, but I'm afraid that all that thinking will crack my skull. Okay, so now we've made a big old detour. For some reason we couldn't have gone down this road, but we're now going back to the watermen here. Let's find a way across the river, I guess. You approach the campground that hunters consider the best place to rest in this part of the forest. Few of them realise that the exhilaration and strength that fills them here, and even heals them, doesn't come from the lake water, but from the men here serving as a bridge to a tiny island. They say that it doesn't absorb poison, even during the reaping. Now's a chance to put that claim to the test. You remember Lon's words. He tried to picture the witch who enticed you with riddles and promises of lifting the curse, forcing you to wander the roads of Tominium. You miss Sherlin Rask, the only one among your kin whom you consider a friend. Even then, he didn't tell you what happened many years ago, when he became permanently attached to his physical body, and the Ashen Wasteland came into being. Huge vandal pines give way to low fir trees. A waft of fresh air carries the scent of water. Seagulls glide overhead. There's a glint of water beyond the tree trunks, but the scent of reeds is laced with the smell of blood. The clearing looks like a scene of recent battle. The island is here. You'll get off your horse and lean over to examine the ground. Egg whistles in appreciation of the lake's expansiveness. The island with the ruins, the stones jutting out of the water, and the forest wall on the opposite shore. Now that's something. I've never been here before, though I've heard about an island favoured by hunters and fishermen alike. They've probably trashed the place. What have you found on the ground there, Hopper? You straighten yourself. Oh, it's nothing. Let's set up camp on the island, shall we? Egg dismounts, shaking his head in disbelief. Apart from being a healer, a bookworm and a sorcerer, you're a tracker now. I can't read the prints, but for some reason I don't see any blood, or bodies for that matter. You shrug. Just a matter of habit. The bodies could have been dumped in the water. If you search by the little dam where the river flows from the lake, you'll probably find them. I don't recommend drinking the water. We'll take a break for a couple of hours and carry on. You hear no response and turn to see Ake sinking into the tall grass at the water's edge. Dull green blades entangle his feet and the legs of his horse. Don't kill him, Adna, you say, before turning to face the island again. He's done you no wrong. On the other side of the bridge, Adna smirks maliciously. I don't care for scurvy mortals. I need you, Blance. Come here. Don't be afraid. Oh god, now what's going to happen? You rooted to the ground. Adna, the bane of the Vandal Forest, the Umbra Overseer and the killer of their offspring, has come to converse with you, or kill you, just like she killed Sherlin by Nakoma's hands, having charmed the poor fellow with her magic. What do you want, Adna? To send me where you sent Sherlin? Why'd you do it? What are you plotting with Dorpkull and Atrak? This is a reaping, Blance. They happen sometimes. It's not my fault that Sherlin no longer exists, but his own. He dabbled in ancient magic and got trapped in that body. As for Nakoma, he likes to have fun. I lent my sword, but now I have it back. How are you going to use it against me? I haven't heard an answer yet. What do you want from me? You'll answer a couple of questions for me first. What kind of curse gripped your hand? Who's the sorceress bewitching your path? Where are you headed? We don't actually know. We know we're going to a basin. I'm going to a basin. Yes, I've heard of it. The only pure place left in Bakada. So far, that is. You're already chosen the right path. It was an easy choice to make. There was no other path laid out before you, after all. You're plotting something too. Is Corazon on your side? Why are you having everyone gather at the basin? What's wrong with this reaping? Answer me. We're all in the same boat, whether you agree or not. Your opinion is of no consequence. Don't forget your place. A servant of a servant, vassal, a blank slate, a messenger, a courier. Are you so arrogant that you think you're a human? What are you saying? Deeming oneself a wretched mortal is tantamount to arrogance to you? Fine. In that case, I shall call myself a wretched mortal. I don't know what the nature of this curse is. Yet it overpowers you, Blance. It binds you to this body, making you mortal. It also consumes you. There is linked to the reaping somehow. Curious spellcraft indeed. I don't know anything about that. This curse is like a blindfold. I feel like I'm wearing a leaden suit of armour that grows heavier with each step. What business is it of yours? Everything concerns me. The curse grows heavier because it absorbs the reaping, sapping its power. That's why I'm so interested. But you won't last long at this rate. As for your blindness, we'll put it to the test soon enough. No umbra can diminish the reaping's power, so I'm not holding my breath. As you can see, it's pointless to kill me. I don't know who this sorceress is. There must be a connection between you. Everything happens for a reason. I sensed her behind Frigga's walls, but I couldn't get closer. She's much too strong to be a simple witch, too strong even for the one I had initially taken her for. I don't know who you're referring to, but what did you want to ask her? Why is someone ruining your precious reaping? Who's interfering with your plans and saving people from insanity? I told you I don't care about wretched mortals, as long as they suffer and die when I need them to. The witch, on the other hand, she cares. That stumps me. Even you don't give a damn about humans. Let me decide for myself who I give a damn about. I have nothing else to tell you, Adna. I have something to tell you, Blance. I don't know who that witch is, but if the gods granted her power, it's them she serves. It makes sense for me to help her. That's why I've met you here. Do you know what you have to do? Read a certain phrase, something connected to death and restoration. Words carved for eternity. I don't suppose they're carved into your hand. I don't heal others. Many people believe this stone has healing powers, but there's a grave here with an inscribed tombstone. Perhaps it relates to death, and erasing the inscription is no easy task. The stone itself would have to be crushed. What do you need me for then? You have the stone and the inscription. Read it. You'll see for yourself that it's gibberish. I can't read it, Blance. If I could, I wouldn't be waiting here for you. You need to read the inscription now. If you don't, someone close to you will die, and you'll have to go to a Paisum alone. By the way, I have news of your Amma, or is she no longer your Amma? Damn you, I'll read it. Look closer, you might be able to read it with me. It says, "But you will not keep misfortune away." That's it. Just a decoration that's been reused as a grave marker, browned up here by accident. That wasn't happenstance, otherwise I'll be able to read it myself. But you will not keep misfortune away. There really are many ways of going about it. One man's misfortune is another man's happiness. The witch is toying with you, Blance. Whatever you say. What else do you want from me? Can I go now? What were you going to say about Amma? You're looking for a squad led by someone called Thorn, aren't you? You may still catch him, even overtake him, if you put your mind to it. I don't know why this witch drives you to a Paisum, but I advise you make it to the fort. It'll be a sight to behold. Amma was here, but she left for a Paisum. Her fate will be decided there. Perchance yours too, Blance. Amma is a seeress. Do you think she'd go to a Paisum if something were threatening her? Her prophecies aren't set in stone. Curse her, she's vanished. I didn't get a chance to ask her. Thank the gods, it seems she's called her for sorcery. Adna's spell dissipates along with its caster. Aexor shivers. The giant gets onto his feet, shaking off sudden drowsiness, yawning, dejected about his weakness. He goes to the water's edge and rinses his face. He's frustrated by the senselessness of staying in this enchanted place any longer. You take one final look around in case Adna's been hiding somewhere in the ruins. You step onto the bridge, stoop down and touch the menhir's wet edge. You feel a rush of exhilaration and strength, but your hand remains black. The water menhir can't cure everything, but at least it's not full of poison. I take it we're not resting here? Lake asks as he mounts his horse. It's a fine spot, but spooky. My ears are ringing. I never cared much for sorcery personally. Should we get going? You nod in agreement. It seems like Aekus sensitive to magic. What are you sensitive to? The voice ringing in your ears is that of the High Umbra you like least of all, Adna, the mistress of the forest and grasses. She can bend the will of any living creature, but not yours. You cannot see me, but I'm still here, she hisses. I have a message for you from that witch. Find those loathed by all, and you will know all that was and all that will be, all that could have been and that can be. That's all she said, which, in turn, I tell you, purely out of curiosity. The unknown entices me. After a pause, Anna continues. Now there is something I want you to relay to Quarbeth, or whatever he's called now, Jura, Drocket, Mabok, or something else. I'm sure he'll show up in the Paisum. I killed many of his offspring, who will now serve our purpose. Please bow before him. He's done a magnificent job, spreading seeds infused with Umbra essence. You rub your temples and shake your head. Aek looks at you quizzically. You nudge your horse. It seems better to get away from the watermen here as soon as possible. After all, there are many roads leading to Apacem. Okay. Right, I think that is a good point to leave it there for today. Whew, it has some dramatic turn of events there. Things look pretty bad. We've got the curse power at 100%. You've lost Rask, being threatened by all sides here. And we've got a few ways that we can go to get to Apacem is over this way. I mean, the prison road looks to be the most direct route, and I am concerned, again, I keep saying this about the time it's taking. I don't want to take too many detours. So I'm thinking maybe just going straight down the prison road to the prison derelict, or to the derelict prison, and then on to Apacem eventually. So anyway, that's going to be the next time out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.